Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I'm filming on my phone today. Normally I would be on my GoPro, but I'm traveling and this is what I'm using right now. I got Berlin over here. Yes, going poop. I knew he needed to go. Savannah brought him back in and I was like, no, he's not ready. So, Berlin is coming home with me. He's not gonna stay here. It just unfortunately wasn't good timing. And so we all kind of agreed that it was not the best timing. So he's gonna come back with me. And this is Bodhi. Hey baby. My brother's dog. And he is a baby boy out there. He has Bodhi has some structural issues that I wanted to show you guys, and then he laid down. But I've heard a lot of people talk about mixed breed dogs being, a lot of people think that shelter dogs or mixed breed dogs are healthier because they're mixed breed and there's more genetic diversity. But that's not always the case. And Bodhi's a good example of that. You know, Bodhi is not a purpose-bred dog. And his parents didn't have good structure, and so he doesn't have good structure. And he, unfortunately, being a shelter dog, was neutered at a very young age, which really kind of sealed his fate in regards to his structure and his handicaps. And so he's a dog that didn't have good turn to stifle, didn't have good rear angulation to start with, probably didn't have the best hips to start with. But because they neutered him, they removed the only protection that his body had, which was muscle tone. Testosterone gives you muscle tone. And he doesn't have any testosterone, and so he doesn't have any muscle tone. And he also doesn't have the strength of his tendons like he should. And so it caused an ACL tear. And that kind of created a spiral effect because his legs, his hips are not strong enough to support him. And so when that one leg went out, when that one tendon went out, it created a avalanche effect where now everything has started to just kind of cascade down. And his hips, I think his hips are so bad that he has one hip that's actually out of socket, which is not as debilitating as you would think, like as it sounds. A lot of people would think if the hip's out of socket, you wouldn't be able to use the leg, but you can. There's quite a few dogs that will have a hip completely out of socket, and they'll still be able to use it. And maybe not use it well, but they'll still be able to use it. And so anyway, he's having to, here he is here. He's limping on it. I don't know if you can tell, but his legs are super duper straight. He has no turn to stifle at all. And he's just walking on these super straight legs in the rear. And it's caused a lot of weakness. And unfortunately, it's causing him to break down much earlier, hey baby boy, than a dog, would normally get to where they can't move around. You know what I mean? All because he doesn't have good rear angulation, good structure. And that's why it's important to have an eye for these things, because even though this dog is a mixed breed dog, it didn't save him from the from the ill effects of his structure. And unfortunately, it means that this dog, who's still pretty young, I think he's, 5 maybe, something like that. He's, there's already been times where he couldn't get up. I'll say that. Right now he's fresh. It's morning. It's not a cold day. So it's good for a dog like that. Preacher, hey, quit taking him off. Come here. Preacher, come here. So this dog wants to pee over Preacher's pee. And Preacher's just running around doing his job. He's just peeing on everything. Well, he's got to poop. I'm surprised he listened to me. When Preacher's got to poop, he don't really listen. So what happens is that, Bodhi, leave him alone for a minute. Let him poop. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. So anyways, a mixed breed dog is only as good as the dogs that were mixed into the dog. It doesn't just mean that, that the dog is just going to be super healthy and fantastic just because it's mixed. It's not the way that it works. And so it's another reason why I often tell people not to neuter male dogs as well, because if there is weakness there in any way, you're removing the only support system that a dog has, which is muscle. They need their muscle, and this dog is further compromised by the fact that you can see how thin his hips are, his thighs. He doesn't have any muscle tone, and he's super built in the front. I don't know if you can tell that, but his chest is really big, and all that stuff is really big and built. And the reason for that is because he's overcompensating. So the only thing that is good about him is his front assembly. And I mean like good about his structure. It's his front assembly. And so, Preacher found water. And so, in order for him to support himself, he has to put more weight, more support on his front assembly. And this it causes it to build up as good as it could. You know what I mean? And so anyway, it's unfortunate, but it's something that that they've kind of had to learn about. I was really showing them a lot of pictures of dogs and dogs that, because like in our breed in Corso, a lot of them can have bad rear angulation. In fact, there's a dog that I saw similar traits out of recently. Hey, Preacher, back over here. You're not going over there, no. And good boy. You got the stick? Oh, the Berlinian. Yeah, Berlin has done so great on this trip. It's been really good. Hey, baby boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. It's been really good for me to see him out like this and kind of be working with him and see him with strangers. And he spent the night at my sister's house. And we've been, he's been at the hotel, and it's just been good for him. It's been really good for him to get all this socialization. It's been really awesome. Hey, baby boy. Hello, baby. Hello, sweet baby. And so I liked it. It's been enjoyable. Preacher man. So Bodhi's been doing really good with Preacher. He just ignores Preacher. I mean, he does want to pee all over his pee. And I will say that Preacher being here is not good for his health because he wants to keep up with Preacher. And by the end of the day, he won't even use that leg. So it's, like I said, he's fresh this morning, doing better. I gotta, remember when I walk through this stuff. But, don't forget, Rachel, you used to live in Texas, and you don't want them sticker burrs all over your clothes. I'm out here in my sleepy loungy pants. You get out. So I don't know if you can tell. You can see how he keeps his legs right up underneath him. The reason that he does that, and it makes his butt real high, the reason he does that is because he doesn't have any muscle tone in the thighs to be able to support the leg and all that stuff in the body. And so in order for him to be able to keep his rear up and be comfortable, he has to use his leg or legs and just stick them directly right up underneath him, and basically using the bone structure to keep his body up but not his muscle tone. It's really unfortunate. It's kind of sad to see. But he's lived a good life, you know what I mean? He's had my family and they love him, and my dad's trying to convince my sister to let him stay here because they're going to be moving to Ohio. And he's trying to convince them to just let him stay here, which I personally think would be better for him. Because the move, you'd think that moving wouldn't be that stressful, but it really is on dogs. It's really stressful on them. Like any dog, it's stressful on. I think that's why so many of my females had split heats this time. Because they were just so stressed about, whenever I first moved, you know what I mean? How Mona was in heat, but she wasn't actually in heat. And we had quite a few split heats during that time. Zoe, Trinity. So anyway, I think it's a sign of the stress. But anyway, we'll see. I know they'll do what's best, so that's what's important. So anyway, well, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta have a cup of coffee. I've been absent, unfortunately. It's just been spending time with family. So I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.